So, Spencer, our usual midweek catch-up. There's a lot to get through this week. So, let's just start, as we do most weeks, which is the last game. 3-0, I think I remember correctly, win over Weymouth. What are your thoughts? You've had a few days to reflect on it.
Seems a long time ago. Yeah, look, we weren't at our best, but we had moments and we scored at key moments. So first half was poor. I put a lot down to the tiredness from Truro. Two great goals for different reasons at the start of the second half, and we got the job done. Wasn't particularly pretty, wasn't great. Just about got a clean sheet at the end there, and three points in a good week, 4 points in the week. So look, no further injuries. We got the squad through. So yeah, really pleased to get the 3 points despite being nowhere near our best.
So if we start looking at the team, there's been a few changes this week, to say the least. Let's start with the outgoings in Miller on loan to Hemel Hempstead and Ollie Pendlebury's move to Havant Waterlooville.
Yeah, look, we've announced there's going to be a forum. Someone's managed to convince me to do that next week. So, you know, I'll probably go into more detail then rather than bore you all now. But as usual, there's an awful lot that goes into these things. Sadly, I've got a report that Pemmy, who'd been fully training last week at Peterborough, trained on Sunday at Peterborough, did an hour and a half on Monday, and because we'd had such good feedback that he was potentially going to be involved at Weymouth, and was disappointed when I said he wouldn't be starting against Dorking because he was fully fit. Unfortunately for him, he has had another injury after. Because we've been speaking to them, we agreed to put Millers out, which, you know, Millers desperately needs minutes. I think he's had a lack of form and needed a brief new challenge. So we had a great financial offer from Hemel for him. So he's gone with our blessings. And literally an hour later, the curse of the strikers hit us. That I got a phone call from Peterborough to say that Pemmy in the last 30 seconds of a 90-minute session had pulled up. And that was scanned, and sadly, it's a 4C, as serious as it gets, different part of his hamstring, and he's going to need an operation, and his season is over, so a completely new injury. I'm gutted for him. There are obviously complications to what happens now, but, you know, first and foremost, my thoughts are with him. I've spoken to him, and very, very disappointing. So we've then gone and put Millers out, and suddenly we're back to one striker. Johnny is, like a lot of the players, got a niggle and a few little issues because he's not been playing a lot. And now he's come to us as playing a lot. So suddenly we're back to one striker again. So we've gone and taken a big fan's favourite. We've got the buyback option on him from Woking. So Alfie Pavey's returned on loan for an initial 28 days. But I think he's made it clear he's probably not going to stay full time. So he's someone that's already made it clear that he would like to be considered for next year. So it's someone very popular that we know. So he's come back on loan. And so we're back to two strikers, but of course there's a financial cost to this. And I'm very grateful to Eastbourne because I'm afraid it all just come down to money again. You know, Eastbourne have been fantastic in the support on the financials on that. So really fair play to them. And, you know, I can see with us playing all the teams around them, the benefit of him coming to help us out. So many thanks to them for that. So Millers has gone out on loan. Pavey has come in with a view, yes, it's a loan, but somebody we know. And then the Ollie Pendlebury situation. And I, as some of my critics will say, will always be bleating on about budget, but we've had a very up and down season. We lost games to the weather, and the attendance, you know, our loyal fans have always been there, but the floating fans, because we weren't playing at home, and we hadn't really even had a loss of form. You know, we suddenly lost huge incomes, and we have problems. We don't have any financial problems as per se, but we have to balance books, and we just don't have the money. And Ollie is, or was, our most expensive player, and I felt that I could use the money better. He was on a 2-year deal, so we had to pay him some money in the summer. And he's got the most phenomenal offer from Havant. And he's a young man, a new parent, and it would have been wrong not to give him that opportunity. And financially, it's, you know, something we couldn't even dream of. It's great for him, it's full time. And bluntly, there's been a target on his back because he's been our highest paid player, and he's not hit the heights we've had before. We've had 2 set piece goals, which frankly delighted with, but, the keeper should have done better, I think, in both of them. And, when we signed Ollie, we didn't have Aaron Cole. And we bust the bank to bring in Aaron Cole. So I think I can use the money, I know I can use the money better. He goes with our thanks and our best wishes. And I said he's got a young family and I think he's going to move down there as well. So there's a lot to it. And when I gave him the numbers, he couldn't believe it, and haven't have been brilliant. I appreciate it's a lower level, but he's not hit the heights. And I've read a few comments, because obviously when I agreed to the forum, and it's not been, he's been not at the levels we require. And Ben Acey has come in and done really, really well. And people say we're getting rid of our star players. He's 23 and these other lads are similar age, or 22, So it's a financial decision. And we have got 18 players still at this football club. And we're still working really hard to bring in one or two. So some of the nonsense that's written is just that. We've still got a huge core of the same team. We've got Turners, Robinsons, Rickies, Reggies. The list goes on, doesn't it? It's, when you talk about the Chinneys and Joe Higgs, and it's Robbers, there's a really good core of good players here. And, we've got about 18. And as I said, I'm still looking to add to that. Yes, we're not going to waste money. We don't have it. Football's about money and what you spend it on. And sometimes you have to make decisions that you think are the best interest of the team and the football club. And I think I've done that. I think it's the right decision for everybody with Ollie. That's releasing money. We've still got a big squad. We're predominantly young, yes, but if people get better offers and they want to go to full time and it helps a very young father, then why should we stand in their way? And that gives us the opportunity to look at players for the rest of this season, not give up. We're excited. Give people the chance, look at other people, and we are going to have an eye on next season and look at the money, because we're going to waste money. But I have to tell you this, we're still at the top end of our budget, and we've lost so many games. And now we've got the situation with Pemi. Who's paying for that? We've got the situation, obviously, we had with Haddy. We've had some terrible luck as well. So there is always a lot more that goes into it than people just look at, Spencer's given up. What a load of rubbish. The rumours that we've turned down an offer for you, Mike, on loan, it's just not true, mate. They didn't pay enough. So, look, it's hard to take when we're getting abused, but I think we do things for the right reasons. We've got some very good players. We've got a big squad still here, and I can see lots of other teams in our division with using academy lads. We haven't got any of that, from their academies and their work experience groups. So, need a little bit of realism. Disappointed. I wanted more out of Ollie, to be blunt. He wasn't happy when he was left out of the team. And as I said, we brought in Aaron Cole, and I think we can put better partnerships together and try and grow better. So thank him for everything. He's a great lad. Wish his family all the very best. But we move on. Opportunities for others, and we move into a very exciting but difficult weekend.
As you say, I'm sure you'll answer any other questions at the fans forum next week. So if we do look ahead to Saturday, then Dorking Wanderers, top of the league. I think this is the 8th time I would have said to you we're facing top of the league this season, with how often it's changed this year. What are your thoughts of the game ahead of it?
Just another game that I'm good friends with Mark. I like Mark a lot. They've done wonderful there, but it's not our biggest game of the season. It's an awful pitch. Honestly, I'll be delighted to get off the pitch without injuries. And I think we've got 14 games left, and I think I worked out at the moment we've got 10 games that definitely mean something right now. Teams looking for titles, playoffs, relegations, etc. So this is another exciting one. Look, it's a big challenge, but we've still got a really, really strong team here. We've got players that have left that perhaps haven't been performing at the levels we required, or didn't want to commit to a next year. But we've got a great group here, and I don't want to take away our fantastic fans that were down at Truro. Couldn't believe how many were there. We've just won 3-0 at home as well. We're in a good place. There are so many teams that are in vastly worse positions. I want more. We're still looking hard. We're working hard. The amount of hours that go into it. Yes, of course, we want to, push on at all opportunities, and I think we have when we settle down. But as I said, Dorking away, great game. We were playing top of the league, great, and the same when we get to Worthing, until the other day we're going to play the top two away. It's very difficult. We've got a lot of niggles. I've just spent time with the players going, trying to manage how we're going to get the lads through the 2 games on 4Gs in such a quick period of time away from home. But it's a challenge, but let's look forward to it. Let's be positive. We've got good players. We gave them a really good game at home, as the stats will show. You know, I think there was 1 shot in it in the game, 50-50 on possession. Look, they'll have possession. I'm sure they will. I think both teams against us will have possession. But we've got some really good players, and we've turned the form around a bit. No one's expecting us to get anything. I'd love to be in Mark's position. Fantastic squad. He doesn't hide behind anything. Massively well funded, and we're just jealous of it. So yeah, they've got some brilliant players, and they, like Boreham Woods and Torquays and Eastbournes, as you saw this week, they can go and score three goals in 10 minutes. We know they've got the quality, but we've got a good team as well. And we'll look forward to the challenge. I know our fans will turn up, so it should be a good day out, and we'll try and upset the odds, which is what we say most weeks. And make no mistake, we're totally focused, and we're looking forward to both games.
And then one last question. When Dorking came and visited us back in, I think it was November, you presented Mark with an order of ceremonies. Are you expecting any retaliation? Have you got anything else lined up for him on Saturday?
I think he's always having a good burger there, so I doubt it. No, he didn't. I don't know if we've got the band there. I'm sure he'll call it our cup final. It's not. I'm ready for all the cliches with Mark. I've had to look up his +1s. We're going to look it all up. I'm looking forward to it. Look, I think characters are important in football. The Dorking story is phenomenal. And I wish them all the best. I've got to be a bit careful. I don't want us to play too well, or as usual, he'll come in and steal our best players in the summer. So, so perhaps there's a good reason for not playing too well. But no, we're looking forward to it. It's, believe it or not, it was my local ground for 10 years. So got so much time for everybody down there, and we're looking forward to it.
Perfect. Cheers, Spencer, and good luck Saturday.
Thanks.